welcome back to another video. Today I'm explaining the negator ability UnDead. UnDead is a negator ability used by Andy and Victor, Victor being the original user and Andy being his alter ego. Now UnDead is a self-targeting type that makes the user immortal and allows them to regenerate all damage specifically. It negates anything that brings them closer to death, including aging. The regeneration is triggered automatically by default, meaning that Victor or Andy are the only people from the original loop outside of the Unjustice user, meaning that they've seen countless Earths destroyed, countless loops, and of course this influences Victor, at least in my headcanon, to create an Andy so he doesn't see so much damage appeal. Now, UnDead also gives the user ability to manipulate their body, allowing them to twist their body parts and harden blood. Their user also gains immunity to the feeling of pain. Well, not really. You can still feel pain, you just become very tolerant of it, as of course you are chopping off your body members repeatedly and are self-regenerating. So even though you have the pain, it does last for a little bit. Now Andy's techniques that he uses that we see in the show are parts bullets, where he takes advantage of his regenerative power, shoots his half-torn body off first. Parts bullets fist, he uses his fist. Parts bullets hammer, parts bullet head, where he launches his head. Parts bullet forearms, and crimson bullet. Of course he has repair boost, crimson crescent moon. Andy sheaths his sword inside of his forearm and uses his regeneration speed to amplify his quick draw slash. Repair headbutt, after getting his neck broken, Andy's high speed regeneration snaps his neck back into place. Blood ring crimson waxing moon. Andy cuts off his head and his lower leg on one side and uses the force of his propelling blood to spin rapidly in a circle. And it always makes sense on why he doesn't have clothes, unless you want to count that little negator or curse ability. Negator special clothing part of him, where they can regenerate his clothes at an extremely fast rate. Anyway, 10 twist vortex bullet. Andy twists his arm 10 times before aiming it at his target. 10 twists vortex fist, kind of the same thing. Repair glide. Andy twists his legs multiple times and uses the spinning motion from his regeneration to glide across surfaces. Dead blade, a move Victor developed that Andy later co-opted, in which Andy shoots a stream of blood from his arm and solidifies it into a blood-like shape. Dead road, another move Victor developed that Andy later co-opted, in which Andy severs his arm and regenerates with blood at high speeds, creating a large spiral-shaped stream of blood to blast opponents. Repair boost bloody enchant, bloody arts, and radius pal bone, where of course he in his radius bone through his skin and rapidly regenerates, causing it to fire upwards. Victor's techniques: division bullet. Victor fires off his severed fingers and regenerates a partially complete body from them, creating temporary clones which can attack on his behalf. Andy has not been shown to do this. Parts bullets fingers. Deadline. Victor fires out a stream of blood and condenses it into a massive slashing attack. Deadline whips, deadline blade, mostly the same thing, where he solidifies his blood. Dead Vulcan. Victor severs his fingertips and fires out a stream of blood bullets similar to a machine gun. Dead blade. Victor shoots a stream of blood from his arms and solidifies it into a blade-like shape. Dead road. Victor shapes his arms and regenerates the blood at high speeds. If you want to ask who is better at using their negator ability, of course it is Victor. He's been alive longer and he has seen more things and have fought in multiple wars against a certain person. Whereas Andy, he's mostly newer to the story and he doesn't even know when he came online as to when Victor buried himself inside his own body. So we have no idea, and Victor has no idea. Well, Andy has no idea. Anyway, we see this multiple times in the anime, which is why he keeps his clothes off for that main part. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.